Welcome to the stream.
Hello.
I am Traben. This is my tome for tonight. And, welcome back to my channel. We do streams every week into the late night. And I think tonight we'll try for 3.
I'm Amanda.
Feeling pretty good. I was gonna get you
Okay.
the intro bit. Anyway, it is Halloween, the spooky season. I mean, we're getting
there.
closer, right? So we got the fog going in the background. We got the haunted lo-fi for tonight. We also got some popcorn.
That has nothing to do with spooky season.
I mean, disagree. What do you eat while you're watching scary movies?
What do you eat while you're watching any movies?
Point taken. But
you don't eat popcorn while you're eating scary movies, because then when you go, you throw the popcorn up in the air.
It's a classic gag.
That I don't want to clean up.
Fair enough. Anyway, so, yes. Tonight I'm going to be reading Murder Your Employer. I'm about halfway through, and I'm honestly not sure where the rest of the book is going to go, because it's already gotten to what I thought would be close to the climax of the book. So we'll have to see how it develops from here. It's very funny. It's not scary at all. So, like, I'm failing the mission of reading something spooky for Halloween season.
You didn't tell me that was the brief, so I am also not reading spooky things.
Well, I mean, but after this, I'm going to be reading, what was it? The really weird one. All the
House of Leaves?
House of Leaves, yeah. That's horror adjacent, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So, because we're playing, you're playing a lot of Blueprints
I am
lately.
playing a lot of Blueprints. It is my new obsession.
And so I kind of want to pick up that, and maybe we'll pick up Ship of Theseus as well, and do like mystery books. But that one is kind of horror themed. I do want to get some horror adjacent stuff in the actual spooky season.
Not just read horror during Summerween and Winterween, but actually
not
during
just
Halloween.
during the summer or Christmas time, but actually during Halloween. That would be nice. This is one of my last few books for my 25 and 2025 list.
Must be nice.
And that's why I called this one The Light at the End of the Tunnel, because it's like I'm getting close to finishing. I thought we would talk about like our challenges for this year.
Oh no.
So yeah, I've got this one, and I've got Strange the Dreamer, which I started listening to on audiobook. I also have it physically. And then, what is it? Bread Knives?
Brigands and Bread Knives.
Brigands and Bread Knives comes out in November, and that's the last one. I've not been doing well on the other challenge, which is like 10 new fantasy series. I think I've read through 5 so far. Enjoyed most of them.
That's pretty good. You're like, I haven't been doing well. I'm only half done.
The year is almost over. We don't have much time left.
But like, you didn't set the challenge and say I have to do all of this year, did you? You just said I want to try these 10 new series.
No, 10 new series in 2025.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I did set the challenge as this year.
Well, you're still halfway through.
Yeah. And your manga challenge last month went very well for you.
The only thing that's going well for me this year.
Well, it's still a success. How many books did you get through in we were doing 30 for 30.
42?
You did 42. I got 30, and that was it was.
I think it was 42.
But I only we counted omnibuses as one book. So I know some people were not doing that, including like the people who run the...
Including one of the hosts, at least. Yeah, I know.
And so...
The rules were not clear.
Yeah, and so you have to kind of...
Set your own limitations.
Yeah. Now, had I read something really massive, like it was like 8 volumes in one, I would have been like, no, we're counting this as like something more than just a single title. But everything that I read, I think, was like 2 volumes at most.
Yeah.
Put together.
Steins Gate was 3 when I read.
I've not read Steins Gate yet.
Steins Gate was 3. I don't know about Stardust Children. It looks comparable in size, but it didn't say like contains Stardust Children. It just said contains the complete series.
Yeah. So what are you going to read tonight?
So I'm reading Impossible Creatures. I've taken the dust jacket off. This is one of my 25 for 25s. Want to guess how many I've read?
7.
5.5.
Well, that'll make 6 then, right?
This will make
That
6.5.
was really close. You put all books on yours though, right?
Yes, and that was a mistake.
Yeah. I did.
Well, and the thing was, I didn't make the list this year. I made the list in like 2022.
Okay.
Didn't read any of them.
Okay.
And then just carried that list over and added 3 more books, I believe.
Okay.
So
So it was for 2020. You made it in 2023 then? For 2024?
no, I think I made it for 2022.
And then you added, okay.
I think it was 22 for 2022.
Uh-huh.
Didn't read any of them.
And then just like...
It might have been for 2023. I can't remember, but I just added a couple books. I added this, and I added Stars of Chaos for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. It might have just been only those 2, so it might have been 2023.
I think mine was 5.
But this was one I added.
I think mine was 5 off of the cart that have just been sitting there. 10 new books and 10
10 graphic novels.
graphic novels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I did all books, which was a mistake. And I started out the year pretty strong, and then I stalled real hard, and I just kind of felt like reading other things.
Yeah.
So I've been reading, I just haven't been reading the things from that list.
It's really hard. I think a lot of your stuff is because you're a mood reader, and like you need to be in a certain like vibe for things.
Yeah, I think I am more of a mood reader than I would like. I would like to be able to just say, oh,
Yeah.
I'm going to go down this checklist. And I feel like I can do that, but I get into a little bit of like analysis paralysis where I'm like, oh, what do I read next? And so then I read nothing.
Yeah. But it can be hard if you're to say, oh, I have to read this thing.
Yeah.
It also makes it feel less, I don't know, makes it feel like work.
And all the books on my 25 for 25 list are books I want to read. It's just, I don't know, different things have kept me from like picking one up, and then I got really stalled in the one book. There were 2 books I really hit a wall with, and that made it hard to pick up another book because like I had stalled so hard in the previous one that I wanted to go for something like safer or shorter. There are 2 shorter books I want to say that are still on that list that I might be able to get through the end of the year without trouble.
Okay.
My problem is I have so many things I want to do. I really bit off more than I could chew this year.
Yeah.
So next year what I'll probably do is just keep the same list and replace the ones I read with graphic novels.
Yeah.
So I'm not adding any books, but I'm still prioritizing those on my TBR. I'm not just not reading them.
Right.
And then I'll just add some graphic novels to the list so that, because I do get through graphic novels fairly well.
Yeah.
And they're a lot easier to just say, oh, okay, this weekend I'm going to read 3 graphic novels and just go through them. So.
And I feel like there is some part of the community that is like that does push back against like the gamification of reading, like setting goals and things like that and making it more.
I think it's more the competitiveness.
Okay.
I don't think people mind the gamification if that's what helps you get stuff done.
But that's what I was gonna say. Like for me, that really does help.
Be careful of your derpy son.
I'm sorry, derpy son.
But yeah, I don't think people are against the gamification so much as the competitiveness of like, oh, my reading goal is 100 books, but yours is only 20. Haha. It makes it seem like you're not as good of a reader when all your friends have higher reading goals.
It's just I want to read so much.
And that's just never how I've looked at the Goodreads challenges. Right. Like, I don't know. But some people, I can see some people being turned off by it. But yeah, I think for a lot of people, they don't like it when reading feels competitive. And so they try not to do... They don't want to have big goals that are like, that feel like you're competing with everybody else.
Right.
Oh, and then if I don't read, because I've been reading this one, our daughter has homework to read for 20 minutes every day. So I've gotten through like over half the book. I'm a little over halfway. Just reading it 20 minutes a day when we're reading with her. And I kind of like doing that because it kind of feels like I'm chipping away at it and she can see that I'm making progress on a bigger book. I kind of like her seeing that, but I also kind of want to just finish it. So I don't know. I might pick this one up. I think although I will start with either Unico, although I think I might reread the first one before I read the second one, or Zatanna Bringing Down the House.
Yeah. You also do a lot of rereading.
I do some rereading. I do a lot of graphic novel and manga
novels,
rereading. Yeah. But only when it's been a while since I've read the previous one, and I feel like that would help.
Yeah.
And a lot of it depends. Like, I didn't reread Cat Gamer before I read the next Cat Gamer because it doesn't have strong continuity. Mm-hmm. But if I was reading, like, Blue Lock and I left off in the middle of a match, I'm going to go back and reread the start of that match before I continue on reading if it's been 3 months since I've read it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've done a fair amount of rereading of graphic novels and manga this year, but that's it. I don't tend to reread a lot of books unless it's been a really long time since I've read them. Mm-hmm. When I was younger, I really didn't see the point of rereading because I had such a good memory when I was young that I was like, why would you want to reread a book? I remember everything about this book. And I did. Like, I really did. I remembered all the important stuff. I remembered all the twists. I remembered all the turns. So it really felt silly to then reread the book because I already remembered it all. But now that I am older and my brain has deteriorated significantly because I've had children, I see the value in rereading more because there are a lot of books that I know I've read but don't remember well.
So we'll go ahead and get started with our first sprint. Let us know in the comments what you're reading, if you're doing any reading challenges for this year, how they're going so far, and what your plans are for the remainder of 2025 because we're nearing the end of the year.
Oh, don't say that.
I need to put up like a 10 before the end video and some other things. So.
I still need to do my mid-year freakout tag.
All right, so we'll be back in like 45 minutes. Happy reading, and we'll catch you guys in a few.
Enjoy your sprints.
And we're back. We never really left, but we're back to chatting. Let me get the timer going. Why don't you talk about what you read?
I decided to start with Zatanna Bringing Down the House because I was in the mood for some magic.
Okay.
I didn't know much about this one going in. I know about Zatanna. Zatanna's one of my favorite DC characters. And I knew this was a popular miniseries from last year that was finally collected. And it's really good so far. There are some changes with Zatanna I'm not sure I like. Like, I don't feel like this is super spoilery, but her relationship with her dad is very different in this than it is in most other things I've read, where her dad is fairly kind and, like, nurturing and a big part of her life, even into adulthood.
Yeah.
And this changes that a lot. But it's always fun to see different takes on classic DC characters. And although I still think I currently like the supportive and nurturing dad a bit better than he is in this book, there's a lot in this book I really, really like.
That's good.
The art is so good. Like, I can show you a couple things from the very beginning.
Is this how many issues was
5.
this? It was 5? Okay.
So, like, there's this, like, art from when she's, like, a kid that's very, like, straight and kind of washed out. But then when she's in the house, it's all very, like, ethereal and neon colors, like it's under a black light. So it just does a really good job of showing, like... And then once you get to the present day, it's much more standard comic book fare.
Okay.
But then when magic stuff starts happening, like, the art gets really interesting. There's some interesting panel layouts.
Okay.
The art's really good.
Very cool.
So I'm really enjoying this one. The character designs are really cool. There's a couple characters in this I'm really curious as to if they are pre-existing characters or if they were invented just for this.
Okay.
Because we're dealing a lot with magic.
I don't know much about
magic in the DC.
No, I don't know much about... Well, I know quite a bit about magic in the DC. Like, that's what I like to read.
That's what we're dealing with.
But I don't know much about Zatanna's, like, extended B characters or anything like that.
As far as I know, Zatanna is, like, a descendant of magical people, which is why she's been able to use magic since birth. This is not from this book.
Right.
This is just my knowledge of Zatanna. They're, like, called the, like, Homeo Magi or something.
Okay.
That might not be right.
Okay.
It's something really close to, like, that. It's just magic people. And because she has that blood, she can use magic. That's why her father uses magic and she uses magic. So that's all I really knew about where Zatanna got her powers. And this one hasn't touched on that, but we're dealing with... Have you heard of characters called the Casters? So yeah, I'm not sure if this is new. But it's very interesting opening up stuff with magic, because this starts out with Zatanna not doing magic.
Okay.
And very, like, pointedly not doing magic.
Okay.
And being very against... Like, she doesn't even call herself a magician, even though she's doing a stage show in Vegas. She just says she does tricks.
Yeah.
She does card tricks. She does tricks. And so this obviously is dealing with magic. And Zatanna having to deal with the world of magic seemingly for the first time.
I remember the last one we read, the last Zatanna book, and I think we both read it. I was not impressed with.
No, you read that one. I didn't.
Oh, you haven't read that one?
The young adult one?
I think, yeah.
No, I haven't read that one.
But the one I read previous to that was really great.
The middle grade one.
Yeah, that one was really good.
Yeah, no, I still have a Zatanna book I haven't read, which is the young adult one you're talking about.
I did not care for it.
But the Zatanna, I think it was Zatanna and the House of Secrets, I liked quite a bit. And then I was reading the webtoon Zatanna and the Ripper.
Okay.
Which I read when it was on the computer, and then I picked up the first volume, which was all stuff I had read on the computer. So I need to keep getting the collected volumes to get past where I read. But I was really enjoying that one. It was a little bit of a slow start, but I feel like once it got all the players on the board and really got into it, it was really good. It just took a while to get there, and I'm glad it at least had the webtoon format to be a slower start and get into it, because I was really enjoying that one. I need to pick more of that one up, and this is really making me want to read the other one we have too.
Okay.
And Zatanna, Magic's kind of spooky season adjacent.
Yeah. In our comments, Judith
Hi.
says that they're in a reading slump, and hopefully they would start on it. I hope that they started. I hope we are helping someone get back on.
Yes. So
reading.
My things for reading slumps. One thing that has helped me is reading a book I don't have super high expectations for. Like reading a book I think is going to be pretty meh, because then I'm like, well, I'm not really in the mood to read this book. What if I love it, but I can't get through it? Like a lot of times I'll just read a shorter book that I think is going to be so-so. And that gets me through it. And then I'm like, man, that sure was so-so. Now I want to read something better.
Yeah, I suppose. I guess my only
That's
thing,
helped me in the past.
My only thing is just like reading manga or reading graphic novels.
Reading short things. Read something short.
Or a novella.
Reading something short so that you can say, there, I finished something. And that can like trick your brain into being like, oh, out of your slump. You've already read something. You're not in a slump anymore.
One of the things I assigned my students this week was the commencement address by Admiral McRaven that talks about making your bed every morning and how making your bed gives you like you start your day having accomplished a small thing and then you can accomplish bigger things. So
do you make your bed every morning?
No. I was just tying it in with what you were saying. But yeah, so I was reading through, I got through another 30 pages or so of Murder Your Employer, and I'm getting a sense of where it's going now. So like, this is about it's following 3 different people.
Is it multi-POV?
Not really. It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of mixed media, arguably.
Ooh, interesting, okay.
Because a lot of it is... what's the word? It's written in letters.
Epistolary.
Epistolary, thank you.
Oh, the other thing for reading slumps, read an audiobook. It's more passive. You don't have to do the work with your eyes. Get an audiobook, put it on while you're doing other things, do your dishes, do a craft that involves your hands, do something else, and that can help you, again, get through something and hopefully get you out of your slump.
Yeah. So...
Epistolary.
Thanks. Yeah, so a lot of it is through one of the 3 characters. He's keeping a journal.
Is it all letters or just mostly letters?
Well, so it goes between that and like sometimes the dean is like writing his reactions to things that are going on. There are some letters of like recommendation.
But they're all letters.
It's not all letters, because sometimes it's just like the metafiction of it is it's a book that is supposed to be explaining to you through these 3 characters' stories what the McMaster's School of Deletists is all about. And so we've gotten to the point, so that the thing that I was like, I don't know where the story's going to go from this point, is like that the main character we've been following, the one whose letters we've been reading, he like they didn't call it graduating. I can't remember what term they called it, but he was done with the school.
He ascended.
And so I was like, what is the rest of this book going to be? And so now we're following them like going through with their plans, and we're getting to see all 3 of the characters we've more or less been following, and how they're going to go about it. And we've gotten hints for each one about like the type of method they would be going for, or the kind of the things they were going to play off of. So like, again, it's called Murder Your Employer because we're following Iverson, the as the main character, Cliff Iverson. And so he's talked about how like his boss is very conceited, and so like playing off of his belief that he is the best and amazing is going to play part of it. And so now we're seeing kind of the culmination of what their plans, like what they've kind of alluded to their plans being. I do want to say the beginning, and I don't feel like this is a spoiler because it was like in the intro bit. I do believe the beginning says that not all of them are going to be successful. So I'm curious to see how it plays out in the end.
Yeah.
There's also one more mysterious thing that I really hope they reveal at some point. So someone was bankrolling Iverson's enrollment in this school. He has a benefactor.
A mysterious benefactor?
A mysterious benefactor. We don't know his identity. So I hope that mystery gets revealed. There's no way to solve it. Like, this is not like a whodunit or anything. I don't think there's any way to solve it.
It would just have to be...
It would just have to be like, oh, by the way, like,
your
this
benefactor
is
is
the person.
so-and-so, yeah.
But I hope they do it because they are really playing it up. They mention it several times. Again, like, dry humor, but I find it very funny.
Yeah.
And it's less... I feel like it's less off-putting than You'd Look Better as a Ghost.
Not quite as dark of humor.
Yeah, well, because they're very intentional, and they repeatedly talk about how, like, they are trying to train people to just eliminate one person. There's one specific person. There's this list of questions like, have you tried to let the person correct their behavior? Would the world truly be better without this person? There's several like questions you're supposed to go through.
As opposed to the You Look Better as a Ghost, where she just murdered people for petty slights occasionally.
Yeah. And she was like clearly insane and delighted in it. And
a serial killer.
Yeah. So yeah, it's more like quips about like, oh, they had all sorts of like names for classes, and they sounded like normal classes, but then like they're like, oh no, it's like, it's hard to describe. I have to think of one. So like track meet, the track meet was short for tracking your quarry and helping them meet an
untimely end.
An untimely end, yeah. It was stuff like that.
That's funny.
So yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
it's funny.
Good. I'm glad you're liking your book, because you didn't like your last one very much.
Yeah, I think I gave it 3 stars.
Yeah.
But this one's been good. This one's been fun.
I'll probably finish this. I should finish this mid-sprint, and then I don't know if I'll read Unico, or I kind of want to pick this one back up. Earlier I was mad at this book because it did a thing that really annoys me in books, where they present this big mystery, like, oh, we have to find this unknown person, we have to do this unknown thing, and then like the next chapter they're like, oh, that's who it is. We know who the person is now. And there were already clues in the book that could get you there if they had given you half a second to mull over it. Mm-hmm. But it felt like just immediately the characters put it together. So it also feels like, why didn't anyone put this together? Like, why did it take so long for this to be revealed? If there were already this many clues of things we had heard before this, and then we were told this was a thing that assumedly a bunch of other people already know. Okay. We just didn't know it. And now we have solved the great mystery of the ages. The next chapter. We were presented with this huge problem, and then we solved it. And like, this is a young adult book, so I, like you were saying, like, oh, it's for children, but I remember as a child being like really excited when you figure something out before the characters in the book do. Yeah. Because the clues were in place, and if they had done a little bit more of, like just thinking about, but what about what the sirens said? They weren't sirens, but I don't remember what they were. What about what they said? And what about what this thing did?
Uh-huh.
What could that mean? If we had taken 2 more seconds to like bring that up and then do something else before we revealed it, most of your readers are going to go, oh, I figured it out. And I mean, I figured it out because I know how books work.
Sure.
And like it's not, the clues are there, but there was just no, it was like, oh, is this where this book is going? Cool. Yep, this is exactly where this book is going. No breathing room. And I just wish they had let that mystery breathe a little bit more before we immediately were like, yeah. The only mystery they didn't reveal was a word in Latin.
Okay.
Because there's a word in Latin they reveal that they're like, I think it has another meaning. And if you know Latin, of all things, which most young adult readers are not going to know Latin, then you would know a really big clue before they just tell it to you.
Yeah.
But other than that one, I feel like they should have given you some more time.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and jump into another round of sprints. We'll take another 45 minutes, and then we'll be back to talk about the end of Zatanna and possibly whatever your next read is.
Possibly.
There we go. Now we're back. Let's see. Yeah. I go back to the first song when we go back to the music. So nervous about it, like reaching the end
and going to something else.
Going to something like K-pop Demon Hunters and get us like super in trouble. So finished Zatanna.
I finished Zatanna. It was good. The ending felt a little rushed. I feel like it's really hard to satisfactorily end a story about magic.
Yeah.
Because, like, in a lot of stories with magic, the bigger magic wins.
Sure.
And, like, it kind of risks being anticlimactic.
Okay.
Because it isn't clever, but it's more supposed to be, like,
put the timer on.
Emotional, I guess.
Uh-huh.
I liked it. It was fine. It was a satisfying ending. It wasn't quite everything I wanted.
Okay.
I like my magic to be clever. And this one wasn't really about that. And so, like, I don't want to hold that against it. It's not its fault. It isn't what I want it to be. There were some really cute bits at the end. I liked a lot of what was done. The art was really good. Overall, it was a good read. If you like Zatanna and magic,
I do.
It's a good read.
So I'll probably read it.
You should read it. And I have kept all the best bits from you so that you will still enjoy reading it, as I have not spoiled them for you.
Good.
And then I picked up this one, and I'm already mad at it.
Again?
Well,
still?
Again. It did a very rude thing, and I'm mad. Are you going to read this one?
I think so,
Okay.
eventually. Probably not this year.
It did a rude thing, and I'm mad at it for being so rude. But I don't want to expand further if you're going to read this book, because it is a major spoiler.
Okay.
I am mad at the spoiler that happened a little over halfway through, a good bit over halfway through my book. A little over halfway. So yeah, I'm mad. I was not expecting what happened. I really did not think that's where we were going with the story. I thought things would go in a different direction, and I am mad and upset about where it has gone.
I got another 30 pages into my book. I'm now if I read another 30 pages, I'll be within 100 pages of the ending, and I think I can finish up tomorrow. Because it's a little less than 400 pages, and I'm at 260 right now. So getting very close to the end. We're again, like their plots are moving forward. I'm trying to figure out, like, it's being done in a way that's like very entertaining for kind of a mystery-esque book. It's not really a mystery, but like they're trying to keep from you like the ultimate plan of how they're going to delete their
so that you
targets.
can see it play out without
Yeah.
knowing what's going, like Six of Crows.
So it's just a matter of waiting to see how it works out. So far, I think Cliff Iverson's is the one, like the rest of the book, the one that we're getting the most like details in and the most like movement forward. But I'm really enjoying another one. I think it's Gemma. She is dealing with this person that is like threatening her, but like part of her plan, at least what she's talked about being her plan so far this book, is like gaining that person's trust, and they're like, oh, that's gonna be really hard because this person already is like hostile towards you, and so it remains to be seen what she's going to end up doing. But I have found her Oh, sorry. Oh, I found her bits the most interesting as far as like what she has to do to set up for the the deletion, the crime.
I have just discovered this in the back of my book.
Oh, it has a bestiary.
Basically,
It's very cool.
I wish I had known.
Almirage.
I wish I had known this was here.
The Almirage are tiny, but their little hearts are brave.
So I've just discovered that in the back of my book, with no indication, as far as I remember, that this was here. That there's a bestiary that has pictures of all. No, there's no indication that's there.
Little beasties.
I wish they'd put this in the front, or let you know this was here, because it would have been much nicer when I was reading about a Clued. To like be able to look at the picture and go, oh, that's what the Clued looks like. That's what the what's it called? Oh, it even has pronunciation. Ratatosca.
Ratatosca. I've heard of Ratatosca before. Are those not the things that are on the roll tree?
They might be. I think you looked it up and were like, oh yeah, those guys are on the world tree.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, because I brought them up because of this book.
Like that's like Nordic.
Yeah, there's all sorts of mystical creatures in here.
That's very cool. This is just reminding me more of Magic the Gathering. You got sphinxes, you got squirrels, very 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 popular archetypes.
Have you heard of
krakens? Yeah, krakens are also a big.
Have you heard of a Concho?
I've never heard of a Concho before.
That's one I had never heard of either. Is a little like creature the size of a mouse that looks like a fox with two tails.
Okay.
And they are apparently good luck.
They look very cute.
They're adorable, and I was mad because they had one earlier in the book. It like seemed to like come up to one of the characters, and he didn't keep it. And I'm like, why wouldn't you keep the tiny fox creature?
Because it deserves to be free. Why are you trying to? Why are you trying to imprison it?
How dare you, yawn? Yeah, it says these are Japanese, and I'd never heard of these.
Which ones? The
Concho.
Yeah. Clued, Carcadon.
So yeah.
I've heard of the Almirage before. Again,
Yeah.
That's like a D&D thing. Sometimes.
Yeah, so there's all sorts of stuff in here. So I'm gonna have to read that.
Another griffins. All these really good archetypes for Magic the Gathering.
So yeah, they've already run into some of these, but some of these I'm not sure. Oh yeah, these are the little poison guys. Some of these I don't think we've run into yet, and so I want to like look over this so that like there have been a lot of like horse mystical creatures. Like there were unicorns, and there were Pegasus, and then what was the other one called? Longma. So it's like a dragon horse.
There's a dragon horse.
And here's another one. I don't know what this one is. Carcad. There's 3 A's there. Oh no, that's a D. Wow, that's a terrible font to use for that. Carcadons. Hippocamps are basically water horses.
Yeah, they are.
There's just a lot of horse-related... Centaurs are half horses. There's a lot of horse-related mystical creatures, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wish I'd known that was there when I started this book.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I like me a fantasy book with a map.
But it's got a map.
But most of the time I don't read the map at the start. I like read the story, and when the story starts mentioning places, then I'll look back at the map.
That's what I did. When they were like, oh, she lives in... Where did she live? She lives in... Here. Atadina. I was like, oh, cool, where's that? And they were like, oh, like the Island of Wings. And I was like, oh, where's that?
This gives me kind of One Piece vibes, if only because it's a series
of islands.
Yeah. There's no Grand Line or anything like that.
There's no Grand Line. You can sail freely from island to island. You do not need a ridiculous thing to tell you which way the next island is.
No log poses.
No log poses.
So yeah, I'm hoping. Yeah, I hope that we can get through and figure out some of the mystery. I'm wondering if this is going to take it further beyond just like them completing these tasks.
Yeah.
Because there was like a bit of a romance going between a couple of the characters, but the problem is like a lot of them when they're at this school. Well, first of all, no one knows where the school is.
Okay.
And like they talk about at the beginning, they talk about how like they take great pains to keep its location a secret, and how they had one person who lived like 16 minutes away, but when they took them to the school, they drove them like for hours, and they had like a couple of boat rides
Just so they wouldn't realize how close it was.
so that they wouldn't figure out where it was. And there's all this conjecture on where it is. I need to go back and look because I didn't realize it was like a thing when they first mentioned it. I think that might just tell you early on like where it is, or at least give you some sense. I do want to say it's in the States.
Okay.
But a lot of the students are just like have theories.
That's interesting. That kind of sort of reminds me of the Schoolomance ones.
Mm-hmm.
That one, the school is magic.
Yeah.
And it just takes you to the school. Mm-hmm. You cannot get into the school unless the school brings you there.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't get out unless you pass the like graduation day thing. And I thought that was interesting. I also liked the idea that so the school grabs you whenever you're like magical enough.
Mm-hmm.
And that means that if you didn't realize you had magic, if you came from a non-magical family, you would just suddenly disappear and appear in this school.
Yeah. And
no one would know what happened to you. And you would have no idea what you were doing there. Whereas like the main character had been warned by her mother and been like prepared for what she needed to do and the things she needed to be careful of. And so it was just like, it was very interesting to think of like just showing up at the school being like, what the heck?
Yeah.
And it was very dangerous. I need to get back to that one. That one's also on the 25 for 25.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they talk about how like a lot of the estate was like transported from the UK. Like it was like disassembled and reassembled.
Interesting.
So like for its architecture, it very much is. They have signs that are in Chinese, just to
mess with people.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I think I think very early on in the book it might have been mentioned
where
somewhere.
They are. Yeah.
Or at least like
a general
idea.
Yeah.
But I'd have to go back and look. Yeah. It's still pretty entertaining, and like I said, right now I'm at the point where it's like trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah. This is the first book in a series, and the second book is out. So I have to kind of...
What's the next one called?
I don't remember.
Because I hadn't heard that the next one was out.
Yeah, I told you it was out because I looked it up when I was reading it. Here, I'll look it up real quick. Yeah, I didn't see it when we went to the bookstore last time, and I was really surprised because they had a big display for this book, I would assume, because the next book was coming out. They had a new edition of this one with... It's called The Poison King, and I don't like the cover nearly as much as I liked this cover.
That's pretty cool.
Is it?
You don't like it?
No. I mean, like, I just thought, like, this cover was so good.
That cover is really good.
Like, the scale and the movement and, like, the way your eye line goes. It's so much more interesting than the other one.
I like the other one.
I feel like the other one is more just, like, genero fantasy cover. It's just like, here's two people with swords.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where this book ends and where the next one picks up. Because based on the cover and where I am so far, I have no idea what the next book is about. I'm not even sure if it involves the same characters. So that'll be interesting.
What's the series called?
Impossible Creatures.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess it could just be whatever. So yeah.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that works and where that picks up and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not sure. This has been good and I like it. I don't love it though, so
Okay.
far, and I want to love it, but so far I quite like it.
Mm-hmm.
Right now it's probably a 4,
Okay.
but it'll be interesting to see where we end up.
Okay. Cool.
So
Yeah, I don't imagine I'm going to have a whole lot to say after this next one either, considering I'm getting through about 30 pages at a stretch, which isn't a lot when you're jumping between 3 characters.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm getting like maybe a chapter or 2 for each character during each of these sprints, which is why I don't really have a lot to say.
plus you're far into the book and don't want to spoil.
Yeah, but their stories are moving forward at kind of a glacial pace.
We can just talk about Blueprints.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're probably going to play Blueprints after this anyway.
I
so.
very well might. I like you the Blueprints.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, we'll go ahead and jump back into it because it is getting late. I'm gonna move the music back up, but yeah, we'll be back in another 45 minutes. Alrighty, we're back.
And we're back from outer space.
We had to wait because
I was trying to finish my chapter.
Was right at the end of a chapter. I'm like in the middle of one, so I'll probably finish it up. You said you were gonna play Blueprints later anyway, so
I might. I don't know. It is late.
it is late. It's not. So for Book Nerd 85, it's 10 a.m. For us, it's 3 a.m. And so
It's not so different.
yeah. So but that'll probably be our last sprint for tonight. I'm probably gonna read more, but not like 45 minutes more.
Yeah. Finish your chapter.
Probably. Also, saying they're loving the spooky lo-fi. Thank you.
Yay.
Yeah, I found that lo-fi mix. We'll see how it goes. We might use it next week as well. I'll hopefully be reading something a little bit more like spooky and appropriate for this time of year. I also really wanted to finish Magnus Archives.
You really need to finish Magnus Archives.
Yeah. But
Maybe I'll read one of his books.
I'll continue to say that like I'm too far into this book to really talk about it. They're continuing like as I thought. We're moving forward with each of their plots, but because we're jumping between three characters, not a whole lot happened. It's still very good. I'm enjoying it. I'm intrigued to see how it's going to play out. And again, because the very beginning of the book tells you not all of them are successful, I'm curious what that means, because for some of them, like, I imagine it's still going to be like good endings for each of them, but I'm curious to see exactly how that plays out.
Yeah.
How about yours? That you were laughing a couple of times.
I was. We had a pretty. We had the happiness after the very sad bit I read. The book is very quest based, so we had finally gotten our like big. We need to go to place. Before we go to place A, we have to get thing B, and then we just found out that to get thing B, we have to go to place C. But before we go to place C, we need to go to place D and E
Of course.
to get thing F and G. We have to get all the MacGuffins before
F
we go
and
to the
G.
place. Well, I'm giving you like all the things.
No, I got you.
So we have to go to some places before we can go to the place before we can go to the place.
Of course.
So like we are we have our quest chain lined up more or less.
Yeah.
That
Sounds very like.
Yeah.
Is that middle grade?
I think it's young adult.
Young adult? Okay. It still sounds like very young adult.
I'm trying to remember
fantasy.
how old the main characters are.
So I'll tell you.
It might be middle grade. It's probably in that like in between.
Okay. Because yeah, I read a number of YA books, and they tend to be very, like you're saying, like very, like focused on the plot progression, the
to me this
very
reads
clear quest.
to me this reads very much like that actual young adult, not that like new adult, not that older end of young adult, but that younger end of young adult. That I feel like is harder to find right now.
Yeah.
And I do believe this was the Barnes & Noble young adult pick. So I think, and again, young adult, middle grade, it's all just a marketing conceit.
Yeah.
So I would call it young adult, but on the younger end of young adult. But yeah, so we had some funny bits. We had a really fun chapter just now that I really enjoyed. It's one that goes like this. You have some good things happen and some bad things happen. Some good things happen.
Yeah.
So.
I did look up, by the way, Book Nerd 85 was reading the Trans and Disabled Anthology. I did look that up. It appears to be like a nonfiction collection of like poems and essays and art.
Oh, cool.
Sounds very intriguing.
Yeah.
I don't read a lot of nonfiction, but it sounds like one that I might be interested in, because it sounds like it's got a lot of mixed media as well.
A lot of variety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it sounded very interesting. Yeah. So I think we're gonna call it a night, right? Like,
Are you actually getting tired?
I am actually starting to get tired. I know we had a long nap today, because our son passed out as well. So
I'm hungry.
yeah, but it is again 3:00.
I know, but I'm very hungry. I need to find a sneaky snack.
All right. So yeah.
But yeah, I'm enjoying this one.
I'm enjoying this one. Yeah. So,
Which you want to say what your book is in case?
my book is Murder Your Employer, which is like dry British humor about becoming a deletist.
Like an assassin?
Kind of, but in this case, like it's they're very specific about like you're killing one person.
Right, a very one-person assassin.
Very one-person assassin.
And then I'm reading Impossible Creatures, which is all about fantasy, fun creatures, and a quest.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for hanging out with us tonight.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, and as I always say on this channel, I hope your reading journey is going well. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so we can grow this corner of our BookTube community.
Feed the algorithm.
Yeah. So, yeah, and we'll be back next week. I'm thinking possibly, because I have Monday off, that I might do something tomorrow night. Maybe I'll do journaling tomorrow night.
Yeah.
But if I do, that's going to be a decision I make tomorrow once I see what happens after going to sleep.
Tomorrow Traven's problem?
Yeah, that's tomorrow Traven's problem. But yeah, hopefully that will happen. And until then, until the next time we see you, take care. See you next week, hopefully.
Bye. Thanks for joining us.